Hey Aries, this is your February 2024 intuitive messages. I always like to call forth all the personal growth and manifestation tips you need for the month to get happy, start taking action, as well as enjoy the journey to get to your manifestation. So I always like to look at what is your soul level lesson? What's your challenge in the way of learning that lesson? How does this apply to the human day-to-day level of your life? I always look a little bit into the past, how that pertains to it, what's going on right now, what's going on in the future if you do nothing about it. And then I always like to call in your information for like, what is your personal power this month so that you can actually get an amazing month. Okay, so in terms of your soul of the lesson, this is gonna sound weird, Aries, but it's like you have to be willing to admit to yourself that like you're not happy. And that doesn't mean you're sad, that doesn't mean you're depressed, it doesn't mean you're downward spiraling. It just means you're not at like a peak of happiness, okay? Um, and like that happens to people sometimes for different reasons. Sometimes you start a job, you're all gung ho, and like we just have to do this for 4 years to get our result. Sometimes when you're just in the process of having to repeat the routine, you do lose track of like happiness, developing the hobbies, developing the relationships, and that's okay. Everyone goes through that. Or if you've just had kids, when kids are really little, you do kind of give up a lot of your outside life until they're at a certain age and behaving a certain way. And like you have to have that moment where your wake up call, like, wait, I'm not happy. Oh, I just spent, 4 years getting my children up to a certain age. Now I can focus on my happiness. So it doesn't mean you're sad or depressed. It just means you haven't been able to prioritize your happiness in quite a long time. And it's time for you to like wake up and go, I could be happier. I could be doing more fun, enjoyable things in my life. So in terms of your challenge in the way this month, it really just feels like there's either you're not letting an old chapter of your life die down or you're not admitting that something's over. So it's almost as if like you started a hobby of dance and you loved it and you liked it. 4 years later, you no longer like it. And instead of being willing to explore and develop a new hobby, you're you're just thinking, no, it's a mindset issue. I just need to learn how to view this in a different way. When like in reality, you have to keep up to speed with who you are. Your preferences change over time, right? When you're a little girl, you want to play with dolls. When you're older, you might be wanting to go to dance class. Like you have to learn to keep up to speed with who you are. So if you have a hobby that you no longer like, just don't beat yourself up about it at all, and just recognize you got to get to know the new you. And so some people get scared, and but it's because when you were younger, you had like school and all these school activities and parents taking you places that they go, did you like it? When you say no, they tried something new for you. So you just got to be willing to do that for yourself. Because in terms of the human level lesson, it's like it's learning when a cycle is complete. In my Becoming Who You Really Are course, one of the modules is dedicated to like the life lessons, which is something is either lifetime, a season, or a reason. A lifetime, those are those things that you do your whole life. Those are those like lifelong friendships you integrate harmoniously on the day-to-day level, but you don't necessarily challenge each other's souls, the reasons, or you don't necessarily inspire the other person's souls, the seasons. But it's those harmonious, like lifelong things. The seasons, the best analogy I can give there is like if you know you're going away to summer camp, you have a great, uplifting, inspiring relationship with someone, but you know that there's an end time on it. But it's a season because it was good, it was enjoyable. A reason, those are those like people that you date where they just knock you off your feet and it was so bad that you have to change and you have to grow. So like the human level lesson is just learning like when a cycle is complete to start a new one. When your time at a company is over to start looking for something new. So it's really about like learning when to like start something new. Um Aries, and it's definitely time for you to start something new because it looks like so the recent past, how that's pertaining to it is you like overworked yourself and you're not admitting how exhausted you are. And like, so if this is a relationship for you, you're not admitting that you're the one putting in more of the energy, effort, and work into it. So you're not driving as much happiness as you can from it. Instead of just admitting that, you're like, no, I just have to find a new hobby for her and I to connect. No, I just have to find a new way to talk to her and bring it up. Or oh, I just need to be patient and wait for her to be in a mindset where she can hear me. No, you're the one doing the blunt of the work. Of course, you're not happy. You're for the new cycle, which is reciprocal relationships, relationships where you feel their energy coming inbound towards you, relationships where they naturally uplift you and it feels win win for both people, relationships where they feel energizing and thriving instead of like work and draining and like it's all me and I just need to be more patient. Okay, so in terms of let's see, the current and the near future. Well, the current is you're having a desire to like you are starting to recognize that you have to do something new, but like there's an elephant in the room in your life. You've got to get the elephant out of your room. So there is something that needs to end. And it doesn't mean like a relationship needs to like break up and end. It might mean that for you. It might, absolutely it might. But it also might mean maybe you need to completely change your expectations and what you derive out of the relationship and then start being willing to get those needs met elsewhere. So it could also just mean that kind of a change too. But it's admitting that you have needs that the relationship isn't meeting, that you now admit you want them met and like allow them to get met somewhere else. And that doesn't I'm not talking necessarily sexual guys and guys, gals. It's more like I'm looking for like intimacy. And then Google the 9 types of intimacy. There's creative intimacy, there's experiential intimacy. It's just being willing to, like the best example I could give you for me, like what we no longer took family vacations. I just don't go on vacations with my parents anymore, but I still wanted to do that. So instead of trying to mom and dad's go on vacation and being told no, after like 5 years, I was finally like, Kelly, wake up. They don't want to do it. I was like, universe, well, I still want vacations where it feels family like, where it feels community like, where we rent a room and we share the expenses and we all go together. And then boom, some old friends were like, hey, you want to go on a vacation? I also got new friends. So so it can mean a relationship ending, but can also just mean you're ready to call in new ones to meet some of the needs that aren't fully getting met. Um, because I can tell you that you are starting to get ready to love life. You're wanting to like look forward to life again and have that like carrot pulling you forward in life again. So you are going down that path. And your personal power this month to like get the most out of this month is to like honestly, I hate to keep repeating this message, Aries, is to like recognize that there is something in your life that's over. And like guys, you have to take out the trash before you can put a clean, fresh, new trash bag in. Um, it might mean like maybe you're trying to get an ex to pay you back for something. You might just have to let it go and go, you know what? He lied to me. He's never going to pay me back. Universe, what's a new way I can get $100,000 in? Right? So it's just universe, show me a new way to get fun again. Universe, show me a new way to make $10,000. Universe, show me you got to get back into that. I'm ready to create life again. And it's okay if you don't know what you want, because from there it's called manifesting general. Universe, start showing me things that will make me feel alive again. Start showing me things that are like low money, low energy investment that will make me happy. Hey, that was fun. Do it again. Hey, that was fun. Now show me things that are I'm willing to spend a little more money on this now. What are all my other options? I'm willing to invest a little more time in this. What are those options? So you can start manifesting general. Go for a feeling. Show me adventure. Show me adventure at just my physical capability right now. Show me fun with just the amount of time that I have. What's the like 2 really fun things I can do in this city that in just half a day that I will really like and laugh and I will feel uplifted afterwards. You got to manifest the emotions, what you want, how you want to feel when you're doing it. And then you'll go, oh my God, I like this hobby. I'm going to develop this skill. So I hope this helped you, Aries. Feel free to write any questions, comments below. I'll come back and answer them, maybe make you a specific video. If you're looking for more up close and personal work, I do have 2 spots open for one-on-one coaching. I put a link to that application in the description. I'm also hosting a completely free 10-day meditation journey in my Facebook group. We're on day 6 tonight. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern time. I put a link to that in my description below, but it's designed for all days to take you through a full personal growth cycle We start with a 15-minute mindfulness meditation to connect you to your own inner being. And then I followed up with a second 15-minute meditation to help you go through the energetic personal growth transformation so that you can go through a full growth cycle to start enjoying life and like feel alive again, feel that spark, feel that magic, and start having something powerfully calling forward you in life so that you're engaged and passionate about life again. All right. Love you guys bunches. Hope that helped. Bye.